Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips with a brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shop video today. Today going to go out to see what things come out today, see what things are on sale. Today though, new release-wise, I think this is going to be one of the Tuesdays when the stores don't really change out too much stuff because they're doing that stuff now where it's like every 2 weeks they switch out the movies. So I feel like last week there was a lot of new releases. I know that The Crow is coming out today on 4K, which is a Walmart exclusive. I'm pretty sure it's a Walmart exclusive Steelbook. So we'll see if they ended up putting that one out. That's what I'm kind of wondering about, if they're going to like some of the ones occasionally switch out to those, or if they're going to be real strict with that every 2 week thing or not. So we will see. But I did want to let you know, though, the one thing that releases today is the film which I directed, Amityville Bigfoot, is available now on DVD. You guys can get this one on Amazon. It's also on all like the major like places where you can get DVDs and Blu-rays online. And if you want to look for it in stores, I've seen SRR Cinema releases sold in Zia Records and a lot of like the indie kind of like boutique kind of stores and stuff like that. So check those places to see if you see it in store. But Zia Records, the last movie that I had that they released, SRS released, Woods Witch, they ended up having that one. So I have a feeling they'll probably have that available. And they have Zia, you know, in Vegas, Arizona, a number of different states. So if you do go out looking for it though in any of the more boutique stores, let me know if you see the film. And also too, definitely if you guys get to check it out, let me know what you guys think of this one. I had a really fun time making this movie, a really crazy Bigfoot spoof film, and Eric Roberts is in the movie. Tuesday Night from Nightmare on Elm Street, I think it's, I always mix it up, but I believe it's part 4 is in the film, as well as Trent Haga is in the movie. So really fun movie. So if you guys get to see the movie too, definitely let me know what you think of it. But anyway though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find. Oh yeah, and also too, at the end of this video, there will be a bunch of brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews for some things I received to review and talk about for you guys. There wasn't any last Tuesday, but there will be some at the end of this video though. But anyway though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into Target we go. And we'll take a look here in the front. You know, we always check the $1, $3, and $5 spot. You have to wonder though if someday they're like, these will all be changed to like up the prices of everything. And it won't be $1, $5, and $3. It'd be like, you know, $5, $10, and $15 in the far future. But you know, this section is like, they keep on changing stuff out. It seems like probably like every 2 weeks there ends up being like new random mixed in things in here. And there's some kind of cool things, like weird things too, like this little like motel type thing. And they're all, like I said, they're all like in the $5 range. This little like, I guess like tiki bar, little RV thing. So kind of cool. That one's kind of like Captain Spaulding's car. It's sort of like that. House of 1,000 Corpses, sort of, yeah. You could put a Spaulding figure with that one. That's kind of cool though. And see, like just really random things, like boxes that look like, you know, boom boxes and stuff. Storage boxes that look like an old boom box. Stuff like that though. But we'll check though. And let's see, Express Lane, you know, the self-checkout's closed as always. Let's see though, over here, there's lots more action going on over here, like stocking and stuff, so we can't really check the books too well today. It seems like they're like shocking out with the chippies and everything, but we'll go over to the actual section. Fingers crossed there's something changed, but we shall see. Well, nothing new in there today. They ended up having the stuff from last Tuesday, like Mean Girls and stuff like that, but nothing. Like I said, I wasn't expecting anything out in there today, but we'll see if at Walmart has the Crow Steelbook. Into Walmart we go. So I've not peeked yet. If you guys remember, last Tuesday, this location hadn't changed out any of the movies yet. So there was, I'm pretty sure this was the one that didn't have anything, you know, switched out. So we'll see if it's changed today. And like I said, for the Crow one, I'm pretty sure, like 90% certain that that is a Walmart exclusive one that should only be in here. So we'll see if that would have been switched out yet or not. I don't know if it would have been. I'm seeing stuff here, but you see the Steelbook area here is real picked over. Like, and I wonder if this is the spot where they were going to put that one. But you guys can see it's very, very picked over in there for that. But in here, I see the stuff from last Tuesday. I see Mean Girls, Ordinary Angels. These were the Steelbooks, the Marvel Steelbooks, you know, the Disney Plus show ones that came out last Tuesday. But then other than that, though, that's all the main ones. I'm trying to make sure in here. You always have to check in here, too, in this spot, because sometimes there can be randomly some things mixed in here. Doesn't look like anything new, though, as far as I can tell here today. Like I said, I wasn't really expecting too much. And I don't know where they would put the Crow one too. I'm thinking they'd probably have it like here in the new release area, probably around this area. And this spot too, you always have to check here too, because every so often they switch out to some newer things in here as well. Not as much. If you guys remember, like years ago, when it came to new releases, they would have new releases here, and then they would have like spill new releases in this spot, and then they would even have some more over there. So they used to have a way more back in the day and stuff like that though. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything else different here though, as far as I can tell. That one thing's going by again. I always see this when I come by, the Zamboni. It's always coming by at the time I am, Zamboni. Leave me alone-y. Let's see though. Oh yeah, see, every so often they change out the turtles and get some of the other ones back in again. Like I have this one already, the April O'Neil one. So it's so funny. It's like they're gone and then they kind of get restocks of some of these ones. But I haven't seen any new like old retro ones in here though, as far as I can tell. It's kind of in the same groupings and stuff like that though. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything else too different in here today though, as far as I can tell though. Probably going to head to another Walmart though, just to see if that one has anything different though. I don't think I'll go to another Target though, but probably another Walmart though. Into the second Walmart we go. We'll see if this one has anything different out today. We shall see. We'll also see if they put out the Crow Steelbook in here. We shall see though. In here though, I do see a couple things I haven't seen in any of the other Walmarts yet. There's a couple different like newer Squishmallows over here. None of the Bigfoot ones, as far as I can tell, unless I would have missed it. I don't think there's any Bigfoots, but these ones are really cool. These new, it looks like the Odies are gone, but these Garfield plushes for the movie are pretty cool. These new ones here, so these are pretty cool. These ones just came out. This is the first time I've seen any of these ones here though. And these are new too, these like Nightmare Before Christmas ones in here too. But in here though, I'm not seeing anything different in here though. It seems like, you know, nothing different changed out. All the same stuff from last Tuesday. And I wasn't seeing anything for the Crow Steelbook. They have a few more in this one that I haven't seen in some of the other ones as much, like the Train to Busan one you don't see as often. And I see the Cutthroat Island one that came out about a week or two back. And there's the Avengers one down here too. That's one you don't see as much as well. But no, and I looked in here too to see if there's anything mixed in different here. And no, not looking like anything different in here though, as far as I can tell. Yeah, so the only thing I ended up getting in there was the Garfield thing in there. Other than that though, nothing really different in there today. Let me know though if you guys ended up going out, if you guys ended up picking up anything today on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K. Also too, like I said, let me know if you guys pick up Amityville Bigfoot, and definitely let me know what you guys think of the film. But now guys, stay tuned for the brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews. And the first one I got here is from Shout Factory's Scream Factory line. This is the brand new collector's edition here of the film Orphan, which this is a movie which I actually got to see this one when they had like a early Comic-Con screening when the director was in attendance. It was like, I think probably a month or two before it actually ended up releasing. So I remember it was always so cool to get to see this one early. I was like a few of those things. They don't do that anymore at San Diego Comic-Con because there's no movie theaters like nearby like there used to be. Like I don't, at least as far as I know, they don't do that. I remember I got to see like the Simpsons movie early and so many different ones like really early. I remember I think even one of the Kevin Smith ones I saw really early too. That might not, I don't know if that was for Comic-Con, but I always liked it when you get to see stuff like really, really early. That was always very cool. But this one has on here the brand new 2K scan, the brand new 24 2K scan of the film. If you guys have never seen the film, it's basically about this girl who's an orphan that moves in with this family. And they start to realize that there's something a little bit off about the girl. And I don't want to ruin this because I feel like it's one of those movies where people kind of know more about the story by now. But if you guys have not seen, I don't want to ruin this stuff because I feel like there are probably people who have not seen the Orphan film. But I always thought this was a really creepy concept and a really cool movie. Really glad to have the brand new edition here. And it has on here the Mama's Little Devils, the featurette on here, deleted scenes, an alternate ending, a still gallery, and a theatrical trailer on this one here as well. The other one here is from Lionsgate. This is a new film that stars Hilary Swank. And what's funny was the writer, when I saw the name, I'm like, she wrote this. It was interesting, was Meg Tilly, Jennifer Tilly's sister, you know, who was in a bunch of different movies back in the day. She recently came back, I think, maybe like 6 years ago for a film, but I always was a fan of her. So it was cool that she actually was one of the writers on this movie. It's a movie here called Ordinary Angels. And basically, though, this is based on a true story about Hilary Swank's character, who befriends this family, and the one's wife had recently passed away, and the one daughter has a sickness and basically needs, was it like I think it was a kidney or something? Yeah, I think it was a kidney that she needed. And basically, though, it was something, I can't remember what it was, and why am I blanking what it was, but it was something that she had needed, and they were trying to kind of wait for this, and basically it became available, and then kind of it's like they have to, basically Hilary Swank's character is going to do anything she can to make sure this girl can get this surgery and stuff like that. It's a really good, feel-good film here. Has on here a commentary track on here. It has the Making of Ordinary Angels on here, deleted scenes on here as well. The next ones here, these are from Lionsgate as well, and I believe these ones are going to be steelbooks that are exclusive to Walmart, and this is a movie that I absolutely love. I've watched this movie so many times, and this is one of those movies, you know, it's definitely not for everybody, but it's my kind of movie. The music is great, the vibe, it's very hard to explain, but, you know, if you guys know this movie, you know this movie. And this is a movie, too, that I always liked, too, because my dad always had a poster in this room where he would develop pictures and stuff. He had the poster for this movie. So every time I think of that, I think of, like, that poster being up for this film. This is the film, The Lair of the White Worm. Ken Russell also around this time directed a movie called Gothic, which is similar. It's not as good, but still I like Gothic. And it has a similar kind of feel to this one as well. Has on here, though, a comedy track with the director, some in a conversation with the film historian on here, featurettes, interviews on here. It has theatrical trailer on here as well. Still gallery. I'm going to show you guys, though, a look inside here as well. But here's the original poster, which is cool that they included it. This is the poster that my dad had up where he would develop the pictures in the room that you would go into. But a great movie. Like I said, really cool to see these ones getting steelbooks. They also released as well the brand new steelbook release here of the film The Gate, which is another film which I've watched so many times throughout the years. What's funny, too, is if you guys have ever seen the movie that I acted in, Haunted High, which is also called Ghostquake, I actually referenced the movie The Gate in that film. It's one of those kind of funny things. I always think on the Gates trivia, they should say referenced in, Haunted High, because I did talk about it when I was talking about, like, this record and stuff. So this is kind of a funny thing. I feel like a lot of people might not know that I kind of referenced that movie in that film. That was a fun Danny Trejo movie. If you guys have never seen the Ghostquake, it has, for some reason, they had 2 different titles for it, but you guys can watch it. I think it's on Tubi for free and stuff. But it has on here, though, a comedy track on here with the director and the writer and special effects designer. It has on here some interviews on here, isolated film score selections on here, featurettes on here, teaser trailer, TV spot, storyboard gallery, behind the scenes still gallery. Here's a look, though, at the steelbook. Really cool steelbook for this one. I'm going to show you guys, though, a look inside as well. And they also did, like they did with Lair of the White Worm, and included the original poster for the film here as well. This is a really early Stephen Dorff film, but always loved this movie. The next one here, this is also from, this one's here from Paramount. This is another steelbook release, and this is the third, and this crazy, this film is now 30 years old, and I've watched this movie over the years so many times. They made a lot of different sequels to it, which I like the sequels. You know, some of them were better than others, but I kind of like the one with Eddie Furlong, too, sequel-wise, that you don't hear about too often. And this is The Crow. You know, of course, it's in the late, incredible Brendan Lee. You know, it's amazing performance. And you always think, too, if he didn't pass away on this project, all the projects that he would have been involved in. Because this movie, I know, would have truly launched his career. And he would have been, I think, non-stop working, because he was so good in this movie. And it was one of those things, too, that's why when they had other people taking over for his character, it was hard to kind of have that same way that he did it, which was just so perfect. But this is a great film. If you guys have never seen this film, and this is also the 4K edition here of the movie, and this has on here, though, Shadows and Pain, Designing the Crow, a featurette on here, which is brand new, slideshow on here, commentary track on here with the director, commentary track on here with the producer, behind-the-scenes featurette on here, extended footage, deleted footage, montage, and a trailer on this one here as well. But here's a look, though, at the front, and then the back here. And then here's a look, though, inside here as well. But like I said, really great film. Sad, really, really sad what happened to Brendan Lee on the production. And that stuff always scares me, with using things on set and all that kind of stuff. The next one here, this one is from Warner Bros. They sent over a free copy. This one to let you guys know this one was available. And this is the brand new 4K Ultra HD edition. I think this is the first time all of these films, I believe, have been available on 4K. Especially, I know, on a trilogy, too. And this is all the films together. And this is the Ocean's Trilogy. I have this weird feeling that we might see another one of these films again. I don't know. But I have this feeling about that. It may just happen again. I always liked these movies, too. And that Steven Soderbergh directed them. And, the thing that I always thought was so cool about Soderbergh, too, is, like, he can make, really big mainstream mainstream films, but then he can do these really out there different films that to me too are so creative. The concepts like when he did Unsane with the cell phone, and then Bubble using all, not, known actors that were kind of unprofessional actors, like stuff like that. I really like that kind of real creative different stuff. And I like that he does all areas of films and stuff like that too. He definitely does stuff too when he says, I'm retired and I'm done, and I'm back. I don't know. It's always kind of funny that he does that so many times. I remember too, the ArcLight in Hollywood. I remember seeing him sitting out there years and years ago. But this has on here, like I said, all of the films here in the 4K collection here, as well as digital copies of them as well. But if you guys have not seen these movies, though, really, really fun films. The next ones here, these ones are from Kino Lorber. And the first ones are both movies that I've watched so many times throughout the years. And these are probably like, for some reason, too, when you talk about Chevy Chase movies, sometimes these don't always come up. And I don't know why. It's the same with Funny Farm. Sometimes it doesn't come up. It's like when you talk about Chevy Chase, usually you just think of National Lampoon's. That's like the first thing that people think of. They don't always think of the Fletch films. And the Fletch films are really great ones of him playing all these different kind of characters. Because he's like this sort of detective, and he goes undercover, and all these kind of weird disguises and things like that. And I remember as a kid, watched these movies so many times. I didn't like the sequel as much, but I love the first one. I remember the first one, I watched it so many times. And it has on here, though, feature-wise, on Fletch, it has the commentary track on here with entertainment journalists on here. It has on here Remembering Fletch featurette. From John Krokenstein to Harry S. Truman, The Disguises featurette, Favorite Fletch Moments featurette, Chevy Chase, Reba Murrow profile, trailer, and TV spots. And then on Fletch Lives, that has a commentary track, The Making of featurette, Fletch Lives, Chevy Chase profile, Julian Phillips profile, theatrical trailer, and TV spots as well. Now, the other one here from Kino Lorber, and this is the complete 6th season here of the show Monk here. So I'm glad they've been releasing this show on Blu-ray. My dad really likes the show a lot too. It's got a similar kind of feel if you guys are a fan of Columbo. It has like that kind of vibe because he's like sort of like not exactly the same kind of character, but what he's doing, like these detectives and kind of these cases, and he has all these neurotic things that he does and like stuff like that. It's just a really fun show. It has on here though audio commentary with Mr. Monk up all night with the cast, producers and director, 7 video commentaries, and then 5 Little Monk webisodes on here as well. And here's a look though inside at the discs, and they also do have episode guide as well in here too. And the other one here, this is a documentary which is from Kino, and this, what is the company? It's from Virgil Films, and it's called Mad Props. I like this documentary a lot. I always like, prop collecting and things like that. And basically, though, it's all about people who have collections of, like, film props. And it's about, basically, it's one guy who has this huge prop collection. He kind of wanted to do a documentary finding out about other people that collect props and kind of about their backstory and why they got into it. And also talking to some of the people who are behind making the props and people who, do the auction houses for selling the really big, super expensive, like, props that go for, like, $150,000, $500,000, some of the really expensive kind of stuff. I love this one. I thought this was really well done. If you guys are a fan of, like, film props and collecting and all that kind of stuff in the autograph world and all those kind of things, I think this was definitely one you guys should definitely check out. Like I said, this one here is called Mad Props. And the next one I got here is from MVD, and this is one that I remember, like, always hearing about this one, but I had never watched this, and it's a really fun movie, and this is from the MVD Rewind collection, and I love the design on the case here, and this is Hardware Wars and Other Film Farces on here. So basically, this is the short film, the Hardware Wars, the spoof on Blu-ray here, but it also includes other shorts on here too, and it has on here some, the brand new 2K transfer of the film. And then it has a commentary track on here with the writer-director. It has the director's cut of Hardware Wars. It has the Hardware Wars prequel featurette, Hardware Wars foreign version, a creature feature interviews on here, trailers, awards reel, Plan 9.1 from Outer Space, a remake of Plan 9 from Outer Space, a parody on here. So lots of different features on here. I'll show you guys, though, a look inside here, too. It also does include a mini poster of Hardware Wars as well. Like I said, I never had watched this one. I remember the other spoof back in the day that a lot of people talked about, George Lucas in Love. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but I always remember when that first came out, that was one of those things that everybody was talking about. It was like one of those first kind of early, I feel like, online kind of things. Before YouTube or any of that kind of stuff. It might have been on, like, Channel 101 or some of those things. I remember back in the day, I don't know if any of you guys remember that, Channel 101, like everybody started on there, like Andy Samberg, like with Lonely Island. So I remember back in the day before he was on SNL and all that stuff, I used to talk to all of those people on there, like Dan Harmon, and I was posting all my Don and Murphs and stuff on there, and they were like, Dan Harmon was like, they're good, but they're a little bit long. I would try and make them a little short. I mean, it's such a surreal thing thinking back to who I was talking to on that Channel 101 forum back in the day. I always would love to run into like one of those people and say, do you guys remember like any of those conversations? The other one here is from Mill Creek, and this is a director spotlight on here. And this has two different films. This has the film Castle Keep, and then Bobby Deerfield on here too. This, like I said, a double feature Blu-ray here. And then the next ones here, these are from Vinegar Syndrome. And there's two different ones to let you know that were available. And I feel like I may have reviewed these ones in the past because they seem very similar, but I might be totally wrong. But I feel like maybe there was a DVD edition of these, or I don't know. I feel like I might have seen them, called Spectres and Maya. Like I may have talked about these before because they seem very similar to me. And then Spectres is from 1987, and Maya's from 1989. And feature-wise, they have a commentary track by Tree Horworth on here, The Mexican Connection on here, interview with the director, Second Time Around, an interview on here with the producer, Scream Queen Memories, and these are the features that are on Maya. And then on Spectres, that has a commentary track with Tree Horworth, Little Roman Ghost on here, interview on here with the writer-director, on here, interview with the co-writer and director on here, Simply Emma audio interview on here as well. And the other one here is one called Delusion. And this one here is a newly scanned in 4K from its original 35mm camera negative. Has a commentary on here with the Hysteria Continues, which I always love their commentary tracks that they do. And then I'm trying to make sure there's nothing on here, that's like not blurred, so I'm not worried about it. There's nothing there. And then the other one, Stuck in the House, an interview on here with director David Horworth. It also has Madhouse, the author Stephen Thrower, The House Where the Devil Lives on here as well. And the other one here, I should have showed this one with the other MVD one. This is also from the MVD Rewind collection. It's a movie here called Sabotage. It's a movie which stars Mark Dacascos and Tony Todd. And this one has on here the main feature presented in 1080p. It has on here new interview on here with Mark Dacascos, a new interview on here with Tony Todd, Mark Dacascos trailer reel, as well as, I'll show you guys a look inside. It also includes a poster for the film here as well, mini poster, which they always include in the first pressings of the MVD Rewind collection. I think that when they come out in the second pressings, they don't include the posters, and I don't know about the slipcovers as well. And the last one here to let you guys know that was available from Lightyear releasing, and I think I remember reviewing this one as well years back when this came out in 2017, and this is remastered. This movie here called We Go On. I'm pretty sure I remember this being a really creepy film from what I can remember. And this has on here new bonus features, has a commentary track on here with the director, with two different commentary tracks, because there's two different directors in the film, and that commentary with stars Annette O'Toole and Clark Freeman on here as well. But anyway though, guys, that was all for the review portion of this video, and like I always say, if you guys enjoy these videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching, subscribing, and I'll see you guys later.